Here we go again. Alex Pereira is taking on Magomed Ankalaev again to try to avenge his underwhelming performance in a loss earlier this year. And last time I had this video on how Alex Pereira could get it done as the underdog. The odds were very close, basically a pick'em, and I still do think the points I listed there could have helped Alex win that fight. But this time, he's a much bigger underdog, around a plus 200 underdog this time, or about a 33% implied probability to win. And it makes sense. Instead of the confident, scary power striker we usually see coming out of Alex, we saw a very frozen, inactive Alex that could not deal with the speed and different looks coming from Magomed Ankalaev. And outside the octagon, he's been doing a lot outside of fighting, such as being in movies, acting, etc., and not looking like the locked-in version of himself that was fighting every couple of months last year. And finally, with Alex Pereira being 38 years old, the odds are deservingly stacked against him. But there's still a chance. There's still a mode of victory for Alex Pereira to win. And in this video, let's map out his keys to victory to see how Alex Pereira can pull off this legendary upset. Of course, before any of these videos start, I have to say this is how the underdog wins. This is not necessarily me taking Alex Pereira or predicting him to win, far from it. I already made a video talking about the state of Alex's career right now, but basically we're probably looking at endgame for one of the greatest, and as a betting man, I surely wouldn't take Alex here, unfortunately. But again, there's still a chance that he could win, and here's how. So before we begin, if you're a betting man like me, I got a good opportunity for you from my friends at DraftKings. I am so hyped for UFC 320. I think it's going to be the best event of this year because you have Alex Pereira taking on Magomed Ankalaev. You have Merab versus Corey Sandhagen, and me personally, I'm looking forward to Yuri Prohaska versus Khalil Roundtree the most. And what I'm also looking forward to with you guys is that all new customers that just bet $5 can get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now today and use my promo code TJLovesFights when signing up. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout by combining multiple bets together from the same fight. And if you love the thrill of live betting, DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress fights right as they happen, making the matches that more exciting. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry, you can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have the shot to win cash prizes. Again, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code TJLovesFights and turn $5 into $200 if your bet wins, paid instantly in bonus bets. The crown is yours. That's promo code TJLovesFights, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The first thing we got to do is to unfreeze Alex Pereira. In the first fight, Alex didn't look like himself. He was frozen and inactive a vast majority of this fight and let Magomed take the front foot, dictate the pace, and really employed his style on this fight. And with the different looks Magomed Ankalaev gave Alex, whether it be feints, the fake level changes, the threat of the takedown, and really the threat of the hands, it was too much for Alex to compute, which ultimately froze him up and got him beat. So how does Alex return to form in this fight? Firstly, he really needs to win the hand fight and let his hands go more. Alex, despite being the world-class striker that he is with the godly power that he has, really lost the hand fight in their first fight. Magomed's hand speed was very apparent here, and he exploited that advantage a lot in this fight, starting from the second round. That mixed with Alex thinking of the potential takedown rendered him frozen, and Alex didn't really initiate all too much with his hands. Again, with that potential takedown, Alex was very kick-heavy in his offense, trying to keep this fight at kickboxing range by establishing his leg kicks early, eventually going high for the kill, but we really didn't see Alex let his hands go because he was never in that range. With Alex not willing to box, Magomed took full advantage of this and pretty much won all the striking exchanges. And a little trick Magomed did in this fight to also keep Alex from throwing his patented knockout left hook was keeping the left hand busy by literally grabbing it and not letting Alex find range. Additionally, with Magomed in the southpaw position, his jab at volume was keeping Alex's lead hand very, very busy. Another thing I really liked in this fight for Magomed is his ability to never let Alex settle in his offense. As soon as Alex started to look like he was comfortable letting his hands go, it was immediate pressure and volume in return at high speeds. If Alex wants to win, it really starts with the hands. He cannot let Magomed Ankalaev shut down his hands again. He has to fight the hands, not let Ankalaev grab the lead hand and not let him dictate the pace. And I think Alex does this by establishing a very strong jab over the top of Magomed's lead hand that is constantly touching his. He needs to punish Ankalaev for doing that, and he really needs to gain back control of the hands. He needs to be the one advancing and the one being proactive with the boxing offense. And I think another thing that gives Alex confidence with his hands and striking in general is knowing that he was able to stuff every single takedown in that fight. Everyone remembers in this fight that we all wanted to see whether Alex could deal with the grappling of Magomed Ankalaev, and the answer was yes, he could defend the takedowns and look really good. Magomed never really got close to an actual takedown, but it didn't really matter how good the shot was. The attempts served its purpose by adding another dimension of the fight that Alex had to constantly account for. This, mixed with his camp probably over-preparing Alex with takedown defense, may have gotten into Alex's mind too much, and he may have expected a grappling approach from Ankalaev and instead didn't respect his hands. So, with Alex knowing that he stuffed every single takedown from Magomed Ankalaev in their first fight, he should be confident with letting his hands go, knowing that he can be more reactive with his takedown defense instead of constantly trying to predict the shot and forgetting about his hands. And it's not really the takedowns Alex should be worried about in this rematch. Again, I think it's going to be the hands and the boxing and the striking of Magomed Ankalaev. Magomed not only knows that he has the hand speed advantage, but he knows that he can hurt Alex too. I really think that Magomed Ankalaev is going to take a very heavy boxing and striking approach in general, knowing he was able to pretty much stand up with Alex the whole time and win. So for Alex, the mindset of this fight, despite how well-rounded Ank is, should be one prepared for a striking match. Sure, Ankalaev is going to clinch, go for a takedown, fake a shot, etc. to show Alex different looks again, but he can deal with that when he has to. More importantly, Alex needs to be mindful of a very aggressive Magomed Ankalaev on the feet that saw a lot of success in their first fight when he was moving forward. Alex really needs to regain control of the center of the octagon and really be the one on the front foot. Obviously, easier said than done, but I again think that strong jab will back up Magomed Ankalaev, maybe a couple leg kicks, maybe a couple body kicks, but Alex Pereira, most importantly, just needs something to land consistently. I think in the 5th round, he did recognize that he had to move forward and regain control of the center of the octagon, but he was very, very hesitant to throw anything. I don't know if he was looking for the counter. I don't know if he was afraid of Magomed Ankalaev's answer in the hands. Whatever the case may be, he was moving forward, not throwing anything, and pretty much looked very hesitant and very frozen. And Alex, when moving forward, has to account for Magomed Ankalaev's tendency to answer with a quick left hand to try to move forward himself. He can try to counter the shot, he can try to absorb it, but most importantly, he cannot give up the position and cannot give up his forward pressure, and he cannot, and I repeat, cannot back up in a straight line like he normally does. Alex, not only in the Ankalaev fight, has been punished before by moving in a straight line when forward pressure is given to him. Guys that can strike on the move with good footwork overwhelms Alex, and he oftentimes just resorts to backing up in a straight line with his arms up and gets lit up on the feet. This is how Ankalaev caught him multiple times in the 2nd round of their first fight. Alex needs to circle out, pivot out, or hold his ground and find the counter because 100% Ankalaev is going to put on the gas and move forward. This moving out of the way could also provide him different angles to look for the counter as well, but again, whatever the case may be, he cannot move back in a straight line. In conclusion, I do think Alex Pereira has a solid chance to win this fight if he treats this as more of a striking match than a grappling match, but honestly, I still don't think it's a good chance. Even though he has a chance and we drew out a pretty solid path to victory, this might be the first time I say it in one of these videos, but I don't think Alex Pereira is going to realistically win this fight. This is a video about how the underdog Alex wins, but I wouldn't put my money on Alex Pereira winning here. He's in the tail end of his career while Magomed is just now entering his prime. Magomed Ankalaev is quicker, has much more in the bag, and already won the first fight. I will say Alex Pereira does have more paths to victory than just a puncher's chance. I think if he is the one moving forward and establishing his hands and especially a jab early, I think he could win a couple rounds, but I also do think it's going to be very, very difficult for Alex to do that over the course of 5 rounds and have to deal with so many looks from Magomed Ankalaev, especially his speed. Realistically, I think that speed from Magomed Ankalaev is going to be a lot for him to handle, even if he does prepare for it. And honestly, a knockout from Magomed Ankalaev, like a TKO, might be on the table. Anyways, what do you guys think about this rematch? Will Alex Pereira get it done and pull off the upset? Or will Magomed Ankalaev do it again and systematically break down Alex? Me personally, I'm going with the latter, but we mapped out several keys to victory for Alex Pereira to get it done. And hopefully, a couple of those things will help him in the rematch and maybe he pulls off the upset. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, always supporting. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.